Okay, it's 12:29 now, and gotta do a little bit of that again. Okay, if you need to do it, just do it. Can't do that when you're in a suit and tie at a boardroom meeting, though, right? You gotta yes, okay. I've reviewed the microfiche, and everything seems to be in order except for principles 77 and 84. Not good, not good. You got to move your body a lot more. And as far as exercise goes, throughout most of history, did people even have the concept of exercise? This idea of going to the gym and exercising, running or doing whatever, it's just kind of insane. It's just kind of stupid. It's like if you were truly alive, what would you do during the course of a day? You'd be active. You'd go out and do stuff, and you'd be chasing squirrels. Chasing dogs while they're chasing squirrels. You'd be doing whatever. You'd be playing in monkey bars. You'd be climbing trees. You'd be swinging from vines. You'd go, all that. You would just get your exercise throughout the course of a day. See how fast we can do this? We can cover subjects so fast. I just covered exercise right there. You're supposed to be active throughout the day. You shouldn't be sitting around for too long, ever. Well, maybe every so often, but for the most part, you should be active. You should be moving around. You can exercise, go on a treadmill for however long. As far as losing weight too, I'm a little fatter than I want to be, but that's okay because my nerves need a little bit of insulation. I'm not worried about the pounds coming off pretty quickly when they need to. When it's better for them to. That's okay for me to be a little fat right now. So what? So what? You shouldn't have a problem with it either, because you'll lose the weight very rapidly once the salvation fire starts to burn. Your engine's going to become a lot more efficient. You're going to need more fuel. And you're going to be active because you enjoy being active. You don't want to sit around. It's like, I've read enough books. And why do you want to read any more books, by the way, anyhow? I showed you that I still read here a little bit, but for the most part, these aren't important. If I get a few minutes of the day and it's like I don't feel like doing anything else, maybe I'll just pick up a book for a few minutes. But you don't need to read any more books, especially about spirituality. You really don't need to read any of this stuff anymore. If you haven't learned what you need to learn by now, which mostly should have been through experience, by the way, not through books. I don't talk in cliches. I'm not talking out of books right now, and you shouldn't either. You shouldn't be barfing back ideas that you heard elsewhere. You should use your own words. Now, I'm wearing a hat right now because I wanted to state that if you are a sensitive person, and I know you're thinking, well, how is that guy possibly even sensitive? He's so crass and rude. You're not sensitive. If you're sensitive, you'd be talking in a voice like that, and you'd be very still. You wouldn't use any of that vulgar language. No, I am very, very sensitive, actually. Super, super sensitive, as a matter of fact. So, and why you guys have a problem? If you do have a problem with being sensitive and being fully expressed, there's no contradiction there. They kind of go together, actually. The tortured artist. Come on. What the hell's wrong with you? Hats. Covering your head. It's an important thing to do. When you go out there and shit's flying around everywhere, you want to think twice about, keeping a bare head, keeping a bare skull in public. And we cover up babies' heads a lot because they need the pressure on that skull, but also it helps to kind of filter out some of the, craziness flying around out there. You have a receptor in here. And it's like, how receptive do you want to be right now? Do you want to be receptive to all this stuff out here? And wearing a hat's a good way. I'm not into all this, too much of this kind of stones and rituals and smudging and all that kind of stuff. I'm not too into that for the most part. It's a pain in the ass. How often are you going to remember to do that? Are you going to be able to protect yourself perfectly from psychic attack and all these other things we have to deal with here? Probably not. You're going to leave yourself open at times, and we need to change the fact that that is a possibility. If it's a possibility that your kid can run out the front door and get hit by a car, then you're living in a world that you shouldn't be living in. You shouldn't be tolerating that. Now, let me explain something, and let me see if I can explain this so you can understand it, because I understand it, but I don't know how well I can explain it. Now, when a comedian makes a joke about something that is completely wrong to make a joke of, like, let's say after 9/11, somebody like Gilbert Gottfried makes the joke about 9/11. It's like, too soon! Well, why can't it be funny if it's something that's taboo? And the reason it's funny, let's see if you can get this. Let's see if I can explain it well enough for you to get it. He's not making fun of the thing that happened so much as he's making fun of you as a fucking human being, a stupid idiot who tolerates this shit. If I make a joke about something that's totally taboo, the joke is on you because you live in a world where that's okay. And you say, no, it's not okay with me that we have all these problems. Yeah, it is. If you wanted to get rid of that problem, we could. We could do away with it really quickly. What's going to happen in the next year if we continue on this trajectory that we're on? Can you count on another natural disaster? Sure can. Can you count on another famine somewhere? Sure can. Can you count on another school shooting? Probably. I don't know. You can count on a lot of farmer suicides in India. You can count on suicides all over the damn place. So I don't know how many suicides a year. I think it's like close to 1 million, according to one statistic I saw. That's a big, big problem. Every day that we delay, we could have saved a few suicides. That's a big deal. It's a very big deal. To kill yourself, I mean, think about how many people think of killing themselves but don't actually get around to doing it. So there's got to be many of those people for everybody that actually carries it out on a daily basis. So the urgency that we need to act should be very apparent to you. So I want to state this, and I don't remember what I was talking about before. I don't remember what I was going to say just now either. If you believe in any kind of like magical thinking about reality just changing by itself without you being an instrumental player in it changing, I want you to do this right now. It's March 20th. If you think that this was going to be the time right now that something major happens and the reality shifts, because I know there's a lot of people that think that, and we have kind of like this confidence in the air today because there's more expectation around an equinox, and an equinox is a fantastic time, by the way, for things to shift. Truly is. My favorite time of the year for creating a shift. But what I want you to do is I want you to give yourself a number of days, not weeks, not months, not years, for this magical thing that's going to happen to happen. Pick a date and say, okay, if it doesn't happen by X, I'm going to get involved in something. I'm going to take action. If things don't just magically shift. Okay, because we're going to see no magical shift right now. And how many magical shifts have you been waiting for? Maybe you haven't heard somebody like me talk in a way with confidence about how we can actually do this. And if you haven't heard that yet, of course, you're going to think, it's got to be magical, because nobody out there knows how we can actually do this. Right here. We can do this. We can do this without too much of a problem. What is a problem is that we have a very, very strong collective agreement about reality here. And us, the ones that feel the impetus to create this transformation of the world, have not gotten together in unity to make this happen yet. That's what's the problem. If we had the unity, if we had actually had the connection, we could do this very, very quickly. Most of the world is keeping this intact. But we can shake things up. We can begin to transform things. And you can see how the light that's here right now is making the dark dissolve. It's making things come apart. It's making people a little pissed off and edgy because the old is crumbling. It's becoming more and more palpably dissatisfying to people, the way we're doing things. And so I hope that I appeal to more than just people who are interested consciously in ascension and salvation and spirituality. I hope that I can appeal to people, anybody with a good, reasonable mind and someone that's got a little bit of soul awake in them. I hope that I appeal to you. Well, if you have soul awake in you, then I will appeal to you, because I am a soul and I'm talking to your soul, and we can have that connection. We can have that connection. It feels good to connect with souls. Every day you should be connecting with souls. Every day that you don't connect with souls is a shitty day. You should have that connection. That's like your food. That's what nurtures you. That's what you need to live on. So try to get involved with the plan as soon as possible so you can begin to forge these kinds of connections, because we need these. That's our lifeblood. I remember so many days that were just, sometimes weeks, where I didn't talk to anybody, and if I just had that one connection with someone, that could make the day so much better. There's a woman that does the toll booths here. Here she's like real happy-go-lucky person, and she's just makes everybody's day a little bit better when she has interaction with them. So you can be that too. You can be that person that makes everybody's day a little bit brighter. But you got to get together. You got to get organized here.